Is it illegal to do cover songs? If you can do cover songs, can you put them on music platforms? YouTube? Can you perform them live? What about using an AI music platform like Suno or Udio? Is it okay to create cover songs using AI? I'm gonna answer these questions in today's video. Hi guys, I'm top music attorney. I've been lawyering for over 11 years and doing music pretty much my entire life. This channel is dedicated to helping you with your music career. If that sounds good, be sure to subscribe right now. All right, cover songs. I love cover songs for you, okay? If you're just new to this or if you do this a whole lot, this is the video for you, I promise. But I really love cover songs because they're so great for marketing. Because here's the thing. You have to sell people on so many things of your product, being your music, right away. You have to sell them on your production, your voice, your style, your genre, and then of course the song itself. So a cheat code is doing a cover song. It's a wonderful gap filler. If you release a lot of original music, we have a tendency to spend a lot more time on our original music, and so you can do cover songs in between your original releases, but it's just easier for people to digest you, get to know you, fall in love with you if you're doing a song that they already love. I was reluctant to do cover songs for a long time. I'm an independent artist, and then I realized at some point what a remarkably effective marketing tactic cover songs are. And then actually there's been this huge wave of sync licensing placements, so getting your music into TV and film and games, and this need for cover versions, because between you and me, these big shows don't want to pay to have to license the original song. They would rather pay you for your cover, and you would be happy to take their money. And speaking of money, I have the sell before you stream checklist. So this is my make sure you make your money from your music. Don't just put your music on Spotify. Actually go through, get your fans to buy from you. I give you the breakdown so you will have it for your next release, including your cover song release. So download that right now. Okay, so now before I dive into the aspects of doing live shows and releasing the music and all the good stuff, let's just be clear on what this is. A cover song is not sampling. So I'm not saying go and take your favorite song and cut out a section, use a vocal, use a guitar riff. You don't use anything from someone else's song without their permission. You're gonna get into hot water for copyright infringement if you do that. And also, this is not what's called interpolation. You don't get to go and take a little bit of the song and do a little bit of a cover and then not the whole thing. I'm gonna explain in more detail what that means, but one of the most popular examples is gonna be when someone comes in and they do a cover version, but then they change the entire chorus and they put in brand new lyrics, a new melody, so it goes from a singing kind of thing and now they're rapping. If you do that, it's not a cover. A cover is a version that you made all by yourself. It's your production, your instrumental, your voice, but keeping the essence of the song. It's the same lyrics, it's the same melody, and it's the same structure. You don't get to go and cut it into a whole bunch of new pieces and extend parts that never were extended before, so we call it the essence of the song. If you do that, it's a cover song. You can legally make cover songs here in the United States, and this is pursuant to the Copyright Act of 1976, and specifically 17 USC section 115. This is what you need to know. The government at some point said, you know what, we are going to give an automatic license to anybody who wants to do a cover song, which is so great for us music creators. And there are different systems in place to make sure that the original authors get paid. I'm going to explain how that works. Now, before, you used to have to get what's called a mechanical license, so there was a step. You would have to go to Harry Fox Agency, Easy Song Licensing. You don't have to do that anymore, and that's because the Music Modernization Act of 2018 was like, hey, no one's getting these licenses. Everyone's just doing the covers and not getting this required mechanical license. So what happened is that now digital service providers like Spotify, they're the ones that have to get the license. So you actually don't have to do anything for step one, which is let's just get your music on streaming platforms. So all you have to do is make your cover song, make sure it actually is a cover song, okay? No sampling. Let's not do any interpolations. You send it on over to Spotify, you're good to go. So that's step one. Step two, you go, all right, we're ready to do a live performance of our cover song. How do we do that? What license do we have to get? More good news. The license that's required for the public performance of the song is covered by the venues that you do your performances in. So meaning, if you're performing in a dive bar, a restaurant, really any live space, those businesses are required to get a license from performance rights organizations. So the obligation is on them. Again, you're good to go. All right, so that leaves YouTube, because YouTube is not the same as Spotify. YouTube has a video component. And when you are now attaching a video to your song, it transforms it into something else. And you have to get, under the law, what's called a synchronization license, which is kind of a pain in the butt, because you going to a famous artist and trying to negotiate with their record label that owns the song, the label coming back and saying, okay, we'll let you use it with your video and you just have to pay us a quick $10,000. That's not going to work. No one did that. And so here's the workaround that record labels came up with. They just went straight to YouTube and they go, hey, we need to make sure we can monetize cover videos, because you know what? We could be getting paid from these videos rather than just striking them, rather than just getting them taken down. So again, good news for artists who make cover songs. But I want you guys to always be informed. That means there's no compulsory sync license. You have to actually go and get this yourself. But in the land of getting licenses from Universal and Warner and Sony, it's very complicated. So now YouTube has direct deals with these companies, and this is done through Content ID. That's why when you go and upload your cover version, it's likely going to get claimed right away, and so your monetization symbol will change and it will show who's claiming your video. Now, I was thinking as a follow-up to this video, I've been exploring different licensing platforms because this is kind of how it works, but it's the wild, wild west. And so as I'm looking at platforms that may be able to assist in the licensing to YouTube, right, for that sync license specific, if you guys want me to do a follow-up video specifically going over what I found, what are the pricings, what are the options, drop a comment down below. Okay. But a big thing that I need you guys to think about is how to make money with your cover songs. So I call it monetizing your cover songs. So one way you get paid with your cover songs is going to be through your music distributor, right? You send it to whoever. DistroKid send your music to all the music platforms. Those music platforms pay your distributor pays you. And if you ever have a problem with your distributor, just give me a call. But in any case, you get paid through the music distributor. You're gonna get paid through a platform called Sound Exchange. This is for your non-interactive streaming on Sirius XM, on Pandora. All you need to know, put it on the list. You're gonna go and register your cover on that platform. And you are not going to register with a performance rights organization for your cover song because you don't own the underlying composition. That's all you need to know. So take it off the list if you have a cover song that you're trying to collect your royalties on. Now I go back to the sync licensing opportunities for cover songs and making sure you guys know that if you aren't kind of front-facing as brands, meaning you're not someone who is trying to get a big social media following, you really want to create digital assets, so meaning your cover songs, you can go and sell and license and get sync placements. I have clients that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing just that. And so if you are wanting to do more of a deep dive on all things sync licensing, I have videos on the channel already to help you out, so check those out. All right. Couple other frequently asked questions, and let's start with AI. So in all things AI, if you're using, for example, Suno, you are allowed to remix, to make a new version, to make even a cover version of your own music. That is one of these services that these platforms offer. I am not the biggest fan of uploading my music to these AI platforms because you give them permission to train on your music. You don't get paid anything for that, but nonetheless, that is an option with many of these platforms. What you cannot do, and I know there's workarounds that you guys have come up with to get these platforms to take popular songs and to create cover versions of them. That is a violation of copyright law. You could 100% get caught, get into trouble for that kind of thing. So please, 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 be careful. Another frequently asked questions, what about if I put two cover songs and I mash them up into one compilation? So we have one that kind of starts here and the other one that kind of blends into the next one. Is that okay? Or what if I mix and mash the instrumental is one version of a song and the top line, the vocals, is another song altogether? Those are going to be examples of interpolations. They're not covers anymore. The second you change something significant, such as the lyrics, the arrangement of the song, meaning the structure of the song, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, it's no longer a cover. And in which case, if it's an interpolation, if it's sampling, you have to go and get an actual license from the label that owns the song. Next frequently asked question, what about rearranging the song? Same thing. Don't do it. Don't take out a big chunk of the chorus and put in your own lyrics. Again, it is no longer a cover and you're no longer protected by the Copyright Act as it relates to doing cover songs. And then lastly, if I give credit on YouTube, is that okay if I don't get a sync license? Again, it's already a violation under the law, which is where this is just wild. You are supposed to get the sync license. No one gets the sync license. Record labels have just done a deal with YouTube. So giving credit, not giving credit probably won't make a difference. But here's my thing. The right of attribution, so meaning to give someone credit, is part of the Copyright Act. It's very important, and just between us, it's very important to creators in general. So I'm a big fan. If you can, you just should. Give credit to whoever the original author was in the description of your video. If you found this video helpful, give us a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm top music attorney, Miss Crystal.